Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Tanisa, and today's video is a rant video about Pinterest and my experience with Pinterest jail. And this is a Pinterest marketing warning for YouTube content creators, small business owners, brands, and bloggers when using big platforms like Pinterest for Business and other social media platforms when promoting your business, your products, your services, and your brand. So, have you ever heard of Pinterest jail? If you haven't, I'm about to give you a crash course on it right now. I've been using Pinterest for about 3 years, and only recently, like within the last 3 or 4 months, I have recently switched my personal account to a business account to promote my YouTube channel. Now, when you go on Pinterest, you'll see all these pretty little pictures, and you can ping these pictures or save these pictures to a public board, you can save them to a group board, or you can save them to a private board. Now, Pinterest really is a search engine, just like Google. So there is a search box on Pinterest. So if you want to search, for example, how to grow your blog, you'll get a slew of pings from different bloggers explaining, for example, how you can grow your business, how you can grow your blog, and most importantly, how they tell you how you can grow your business and your blog using Pinterest for Business. So I would search, for example, how to grow your blog or how to grow your business or how to grow your email list, and all these different little pictures and pings will pop up that will lead you to the website to get more information. And you will see all these pings like how to make $10,000 a month using Pinterest, or how to get 50,000 page views per month using Pinterest, etc. So that intrigued me, and so when you go onto these websites, of course, they offer you content upgrade, and a lot of content upgrade, which is how to learn how to use Pinterest for marketing, or Pinterest for business, or Pinterest to make money on your website. So of course, once I subscribe to the content upgrade, they have, for example, 5-day free course of how to grow your email list, or 5-day free course of how to use Pinterest for Business. Now, I think that's all great. I think that's very good, but do understand, people who are having this information to tell you how to use Pinterest for marketing and Pinterest for business, they don't own Pinterest, so they don't control the algorithm, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Anywho, so a couple of these websites that we're talking about how you can use Pinterest for marketing or Pinterest for business, I signed up for to get the content upgrade because I was like, oh, you can make money from Pinterest or grow your blog or your business or your email list using Pinterest. So that interests me, so that's what I did. So one of the tips, for example, to start gaining traffic to your own website is to create pings. So for example, like creating your own pings, which I just recently started doing as of like 3 months ago. So, you know, those little pictures, create your own, like using on Canva, on PicMonkey, or even on Adobe. And then you will link your own website or the link to the web page in the description for the picture. So I started to implement some of these tips, and one tip that I was working on was trying to join group boards, which is suggested by many people who try to sell you Pinterest courses or give you a free 5-day Pinterest course. So some of the tips that I was following, for example, was to create multiple pings for, say, one blog post. And I think the most I did was 2. So for example, another one was to start joining Pinterest groups, and you would have to, search out the groups that similar to your interest or your board and request from many of these group board owners if you can be a member on their board, so you can start pinging your pings to the group board. Another tip was, for instance, to join Tailwind tribes. That was something that I had just recently done but didn't get to utilize because I'm about to tell you that in a second. So this is what happened. I had signed up to Tailwind tribes, but I didn't use it because I really didn't understand it and I wasn't really that interested. When I finally started to use it, it was on May 23rd in the evening. I joined a couple of the groups and I had 8 pings scheduled to post on the following day. Now, I also, a couple of weeks prior to that, had emailed through Pinterest 3 people asking if I could be a member on their Pinterest group boards. One of the group board owners finally responded to me and she said yes, I could be a member on her group board. But as a condition to get an approved on her group board, you had to include in the message your Pinterest URL in the message, which I did previously as a condition to getting approved on her group board. So when I went to reply to that group board member to say thank you, remember I already had the link in it from previous when I emailed her about 2 weeks ago. 10 minutes later, not even 10 minutes later, I received an email from Pinterest stating that my account was suspended for suspected spam. So my attitude was like, what are you talking about? I don't spam. I just use this to promote my YouTube videos and some of the blog posts, which are blog posts from the YouTube videos. I don't spam. Now Pinterest has spam bots. And what the spam bots do, they go around obviously through Pinterest to spot anyone, I guess, who's spamming, and they'll suspend your account. So I had just used Pinterest earlier that day with no issues or no problems at all. So I was really confused as to why my account was suspended. So in the email, there was a link that you can dispute or I guess appeal the suspension, which I did. Just to let you know now, it's pure crap. It means nothing. And I also searched online about Pinterest suspension, which is, called Pinterest jail by many bloggers in the community. Now, prior to my suspension, I literally was about to go purchase one of these Pinterest courses from a couple of bloggers, two bloggers that I like. So because, like I said, I was really eager and excited, like what? You can get, all these thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of page views to your website just from using Pinterest. So one program I was going to buy was about, I think, $39 or $49, and another one was about $79. After the suspension happened and I was contacting Pinterest or trying just to get through someone for at least 2 weeks, someone did contact me back, and I believe was a real person who said, yes, they're going to work on it. They'll have someone get back to me. I waited a week. No one got back to me. I emailed that same customer support email, and then again, not less than 15 minutes later, I got an email, the same automated email that said, your account has been suspended for spam. It's been terminated. We will not be activating your account. Now, here's the one thing about bloggers who are offering you these Pinterest courses. I've seen Pinterest courses for as low as $39. I've seen Pinterest courses as high as $250, okay? These bloggers or anybody out there who are claiming they're an expert at Pinterest, they don't own Pinterest. They don't control the algorithm. They can't control the spam bots. Now again, my account was suspended and terminated from spam bots who claimed that I was spamming. But again, no proof to tell me how I was spamming, what ping was being used that was being used as spam, nothing like that. And I couldn't get in touch with anybody. Again, they don't own Pinterest. They can't control the algorithms. They don't know the algorithms. If you buy one of these Pinterest courses, how old is the course? Now, just like everything else, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, Google, they have algorithms, and algorithm changes might not work with those Pinterest courses anymore. They might be outdated. Now again, if you do your research on Pinterest jail or Pinterest suspension, you're going to get different tips from people of how to get your account reactivated again or get it out of suspension. I followed these tips and it just didn't work for me. I've been on other websites where people have explained that they've been through Pinterest jail and Pinterest suspension, and they contacted customer support and they gave steps on how to get out of Pinterest jail. When I looked at some of the comment sections from reading other people, they too, it didn't work for them. And I believe part of that reason is, again, the algorithms. Possible, I don't know. I am not an expert. Like, again, I don't own Pinterest. I don't control the algorithms. I don't control the spam bots. So here is my warning to anyone out there that's trying to promote their business, their brand, their website, etc. You can't depend on these big platforms. And again, as I mentioned, you have some bloggers who are sitting there just saying, only use Pinterest to grow your business, to get traffic to your website, and that is very, very dangerous. One person who had their account suspended on Pinterest, she mentioned how her Pinterest account was down for just 3 days, but yet it took her 3 months to grow her traffic back to what it was before the suspension. Now imagine you're a business or a small business owner, a brand, again, blogger, content creator, and you depended solely on Pinterest as your traffic. If you get put into Pinterest jail or Pinterest suspension, for example, or your account gets terminated, what's going to happen to all your traffic? You're not going to have any traffic. That's what's going to happen. And people have stated their traffic went to zero once their Pinterest account was put in Pinterest suspension. Same is true if you depend too much on Twitter, if you depend too much on Instagram, if you depend too much on YouTube, even if you depend too much on Facebook. You don't own those platforms. You don't own the followers and subscribers. And so if you depend on those huge social media platforms to get traffic to your website at any time, those platforms can cancel your account. And if you depend on those big platforms for traffic to your website, you're not going to have any traffic to your website. And this was just really interesting because just last night at the time of this video, I created my first Facebook ad that talked about how subscribers and followers, you don't own them. And so you need to learn how to build your email list. So the email list you control. So if you ever needed to market a new service, a new product, or just maybe give updates with a newsletter to your audience, you can do that directly with an email list, but you can't really do that with social media, with on Pinterest or YouTube or Facebook, etc. You can't do that. And I just this morning saw an article about this girl who had 2.6 million followers on Instagram. She was promoting her new clothing line and she couldn't even sell 36 t-shirts. I'll put the link to that article in the description box below. So yes, of course, I'm really upset that this happened to me, the suspension and then the termination. And I was really upset about it. And I'm just really shocked and appalled considering that Pinterest just went public with their IPO, that as a business account, I couldn't get in touch with anyone from customer service to review my account and to say, okay, maybe I did inadvertently spam, but point it out to me. Let me know where the issue was, which ping was the spam, what did I do wrong? How am I supposed to learn from my mistake if you don't tell me what my mistake was? Am I right? There are businesses that pay for ads on Pinterest. And actually this one guy who was a paying user on Pinterest for his business, his account got suspended. He was able to contact someone through customer support because there's a different customer support, I believe, for people who are paying for advertising. So if you are someone who used Pinterest for business, you know what? I don't care if all you have is $20. Create some type of marketing campaign in case you ever get your account suspended. I believe there is a separate customer service just for that because you are a paying customer. So that's what happened to me. So that's my experience with Pinterest jail. They just suspended and then terminated my account within 24 hours with no proof that I spam. They didn't show me which ping or pings were suspected of spam, and I could not absolutely at all get through customer service with anyone on any of the email links that I had through Pinterest. So one blogger who got suspended on Pinterest, one of the things that he did was he wrote a complaint to the Better Business Bureau. And so he made the appeal, he sent an email to Pinterest, and that very day, right afterwards, he sent the complaint to the Better Business Bureau. Now, lucky for him, someone replied back to him. But again, there were people in the comment section who said it worked for them, and there were other people in the comment section who said it didn't work for them. So I too made a complaint to the Better Business Bureau because I'm just shocked and appalled, really more disappointed that as a business account, that Pinterest would do that to business account users. Like, why would you do that to people who are paying customers or potential paying customers? I've sent out at least 7 emails to try to reach a real person because I kept getting the same automated email bot with the same exact message. Peter is not a real person. Zdesk is not a real person. And the one person that did respond to me, I'm not even so sure if that was a real person. I couldn't get any human, which shows you this is the wave of the future where we're going. Couldn't get in touch with any human to review my case. The Better Business Bureau received the same automated email that said your account was suspended for suspected spam and it's been terminated, and therefore we will not be activating your account. Now, I wasn't going to do this video because it happened at the time of this video about a month ago, but I finally got another Better Business Bureau message that said that they tried reaching out to them because the first message they sent to me, they couldn't reach anybody. And so you had a choice to reject or accept the response. So I rejected, and I just got a response, actually it was yesterday, from Better Business Bureau saying how they couldn't reach anybody. The Better Business Bureau also could not reach anybody at Pinterest. And I do not spam. I just want to make that clear. I do not spam. How is saving pictures of wedding photos, because a lot of the users on Pinterest are women, so wedding photos, pictures of pets, food recipes, drink recipes. Again, I was making pins for my YouTube videos. If you looked at any of my YouTube videos, they're about beauty, they're about health, they're about some fashion, finances. I do not spam, and I don't appreciate Pinterest accusing me of spam and being a spammer, because I have in the past received emails from Pinterest about pings that were being removed for some type of violation. And I'm sitting here wondering, did Pinterest send out to all the people who saved my pings, sent emails to them with the picture of my ping? A lot of those pings, one of the tricks that you'll hear bloggers say when you're creating a ping is to put your web address on the picture. So these pings that have my web address, did you send emails to people saying this account or this ping has been removed for a violation or for spam? It has my web address on there, mother effers. Okay, so you're hurting my image and my brand if you did something like that, which I really suspect they did, because like I said, in the past, I received other emails from pings about pictures that are being removed from Pinterest. Now, spam is subjective. So just real quickly, and I'll go in some suggestions for you guys that at least that I'm going to do. So maybe you guys could use those tips as well. If you do switch your account from a user account to a business account, and you do go on different websites from bloggers who have a free email course of how to use Pinterest for business or Pinterest for marketing, and if you come across people who say create more than one ping for a blog post, be careful. Again, these people don't own Pinterest. They don't control the spam bots. They don't control the algorithms. I've done that only when I switched over to a business account. I did that a few times for maybe, I don't know, maybe it was less than 10 blog posts, maybe like 2 pings for the same blog post. I think maybe on a couple I did 3. All I know is there's a lot of different variables that can get your account suspended on Pinterest. YouTube just went through an algorithm change, and I've seen the effects on my own channel because of the algorithm change. Google does algorithm changes all the time. Pinterest does algorithm changes, just to let you know. The reason why I'm telling you this, because if you do decide to buy, again, a Pinterest course from somebody, inquire from the person who's selling the course to you, how old is the course? The majority of people will put in information about what's included in the course. And see, this is the thing that annoyed me. Not one person from any of these people who are offering Pinterest courses talked about Pinterest suspension. Not one person. They didn't talk about it. I didn't even know it existed until it freaking happened to me. Now, another web blogger who talked about, Pinterest jail and Pinterest suspension, and she used to be a stockbroker, and she read Pinterest's IPO when they were about to go public. She said all those years, websites and bloggers got all that free traffic. So you see those pings, how to get 100,000 page views to your website. When you see those type of things, she said Pinterest, now that they've gone public, It's not going to be like that anymore. It's going to be a pay-for-play platform, meaning if you want all that big chunk of good traffic to your website, you're going to have to pay for it. And you're going to have to pay for it either with promoted pins, or you have to maybe create ads of that sort. She said she didn't see a problem with it. So the reason I'm going back to the Pinterest courses again, those bloggers who have found success, or they are currently experiencing success from Pinterest, they've been doing that for a while now. So again, if Pinterest, she's suspecting it's going to be like that, is going to be a pay-for-play platform, all that free traffic is not going to be like that anymore. So that's why I'm saying, if you do decide to buy a Pinterest course from somebody, inquire how old is the course, because if it's more than a year old, I really don't think it's going to be valid anymore, especially now that Pinterest went IPO, and especially now that there was an algorithm change with Pinterest. Now, a word to the Pinterest creators out there, you really need to know what's going on with your company and really need to rewrite your community guidelines, because it's very vague. What's spam? What's spam to you may not be spam to me. Spam is me taking this video, going on 100 different channels, or even 50 channels, or even 10 channels, and saying, hey everybody, I got this new link, I got this new video, here's my link, go check it out. That's spam. That's spam. Creating 2 pings for 1 blog post, that's not spam, okay? Sending a URL, which is a Pinterest URL, to another Pinterest member, that's not spam, okay? Sharing someone else's ping, saving someone else's ping to my boards, that's not spam. So what the hell is considered spam? They really need to rewrite those community guidelines, because it's so vague. All these people, business accounts and general users, are getting their accounts suspended for no reason at all. Pinterest and their spam bots just saying to people that there are spamming, and they give you no proof. Here's some quick tips, or at least some suggestions that I know that I'm going to do for myself that I think could help other small business owners and bloggers out there, which is, do not depend on any one platform to grow your business, your brand, your email list, your blog, etc. Do not depend on one platform only. And again, there are bloggers out there selling Pinterest courses that solely and specifically only state to only use Pinterest to grow your website, or grow the traffic to your website and your email list and your blog, etc. Don't do it. Again, refer in the description box about that link, about that girl on Instagram who had 2.6 million followers on her Instagram page. When she went to launch her brand, she couldn't even sell 36 t-shirts. And you know why? Because I went to look up her information to see if I could find her website. She has no website. I love social media as much as the next person, but you don't own followers. You don't own subscribers. I love you, subscribers to my YouTube channel. I love you, but I can't directly reach out to you if I wanted to contact you. Only way I could do that is if you subscribe to my email list. Some people will, some people won't, but that's why it takes time to grow your email list. Tip that I highly suggest, if you have a blog, create another blog. If you have a YouTube channel, create another YouTube channel. If you say for example on Facebook, and you have your Facebook page for your business, Facebook can shut you down at any time. I know plenty of people, or have heard of people, who have had their accounts suspended and terminated on Facebook. Same with Twitter, same with Pinterest, same with YouTube. Well, depends how big you are on YouTube, because all us YouTube content creators know that big scandal that happened on YouTube that took all the ad revenue from all the smaller channels. You guys know what I'm talking about. That person's YouTube account wasn't canceled because that person's account brought in too much money for YouTube. Suggestion number 3, if you are a YouTube content creator, you need a website. I know you're probably not interested in having a website, but again, if you have a website, if you have a massive following on YouTube, same thing with Instagram. Like again, that girl, check out the link below. No website, no email list, no following. You can't reach out to people. You can't tell me with 2.6 million people, you couldn't have made $100,000 overnight. Suggestion number 4, maybe you are someone just watching this video and you don't have a small business. You're not a brand. You're not a content creator, but maybe you're someone who has 2,500 followers on Instagram. You have 1,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 followers on Twitter. You have a Facebook page with a whole bunch of followers. Honey, whether you know it or not, you are a brand. You need to monetize on all those people who are following you. Yeah. All these pings, they are building Pinterest platform. People are building Facebook's platform. People are building Snapchat's platform. They're getting paid. Mark Zuckerberg, he's a billionaire. The guys who own and created Pinterest, they're billionaires. Look them up, okay? How much money did you get from those platforms? Okay, this is the reason why that maybe you're not a content creator, you don't have a small business, but you are a brand. Technically, you are a business. And if you have that many followers on one of your social media platforms, you should be monetizing that, because guess what? Those big platforms like Pinterest, okay, they're monetizing off of you. So if they're billionaires, Mark Zuckerberg and the people who created Pinterest, you can get a piece of the pie too. Don't let these big platforms capitalize on your hard work. You making all these pings, you making these pretty pictures on Instagram, you making these cool posts on Facebook. Stop letting these people capitalize on you and learn how to capitalize on your own followers and subscribers. And suggestion number 5, start using the tools that are available to you out there to start growing your email list. So like lead pages, click funnels, other landing pages, have your website. You don't even need a website actually. If you could just create landing pages, and capture their email address, because that's what you want. Have content upgrade like an ebook, a tutorial, a how-to, checklist or something like that. Printables are really popular in exchange for a person's email address. Again, use the tools that are available out there for you. I'll put some links in the description box below, and start capitalizing on your own followers and subscribers, especially if you're not going to have a website, because we are quickly, not slowly, we are quickly moving into a class society, meaning the haves and the have-nots. And we are quickly moving towards a world where spam bots and artificial intelligence, AI, are going to be replacing people and replacing jobs, and people are going to be left out in the street in the cold, not knowing how to make money working for themselves. So, that's my rant for the video. Like I said, I'm just using this as a learning experience. So definitely share this video with someone else, or at least just chat with other people that you know about this, because I'm really passionate about it. I'm really passionate about people learning how to make their own money and have what you call FU money. Okay, so start doing that. Okay, my rant is over. Again, thanks for watching. I will check you guys out in the next video.